What is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here, and I'm making this video on anyone who wants to save on data. Like, if you don't wanna use a lot of data, you want to save as much as possible. Here's some tips and tricks. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Cellular. Actually, give me one sec. You're gonna go to General. You're gonna go background app refresh. As you can see, mine's turned on. It has all these apps. I have a lot of apps. I'm deleting more apps as I go. I don't really use SoundCloud, so I might delete that. It's just, apps that I don't need anymore. Um, we're going to scroll up here. And I have mine to Wi-Fi and cellular data. So as I'm making this video, this, background app refresh is using my data, which I don't mind. I don't know why I don't mind. I just don't mind. Like, I don't seem to care. Like, I don't think it uses a lot of data. People say it uses a max amount of data, but I digress. And even if it does, I really don't care how much data it uses. So if you want to, save data on this, you can either switch to Wi-Fi. So it's just going to use Wi-Fi only. As you can see, I'm not connected to any Wi-Fi right now. So I could connect to Wi-Fi right now, but I don't want to. Or you can just completely turn it off. So once you turn it off, no background will be synced. Basically, you won't get refreshed on anything else. And it's turned off. As you can see now, I'm going to turn mine back on real quick because I want to keep it on the cellular data. So, okay, and next what you're going to do is make sure you're on Wi-Fi as much as possible. So I'm going to turn on Wi-Fi right now. I'm not using data right now. And these are the current Wi-Fi services we can use right here. Now, and there's more. But yeah, if you want to save on data, make sure you use as much Wi-Fi as possible. Make sure you're careful what kind of Wi-Fi you're connecting to because a lot of hackers can hack into your Wi-Fi. So I suggest you use maybe if your friend has personal hotspot. Like I know a couple people who have a cellular plan that has no hotspot. So if you have a friend and they have hotspot and you're running out of data or you don't have a big data bucket. Let's say you only have 10 gigabytes of data a month. Make sure you tell your friend to use as much data as possible. Head on to their Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Disconnect to their Wi-Fi if you're trying to save on data. So so just use as much Wi-Fi as possible, because Wi-Fi will save you in the long run. I obviously have limited data, not really unlimited. I have about 50 gigabytes of data, so it's not really unlimited. It kind of works, but you get the idea. So just use as much Wi-Fi as possible. I'm going to turn it off right now, and now we're going to go to cellular data. So right here, you can see all these apps that I have. It says I've installed a lot of apps, and current. I did use some roaming, a while back. I used about 1.3 gigabytes of data, and I've currently used the whole period 97 gigabytes of data, but that's not my real data usage on how much I've used. So there's two options how you can do this. So one, if you want to save up a lot of data, scroll through all your apps you have and just turn off the ones you're not using. So like for example, like clock. Like why is the clock using like the clock doesn't even use any data usage. So why does it have that? It also might save you on battery life too, so that's just kind of weird. Like turn the clock off. Watch uses a little bit of data. I'll keep that on. Compass. Why does Compass need to use data? Memos. I don't even use Apple TV. I have the app, but I don't use it. Turn that off. Um, let's see. Skype. I don't really use Skype. I should probably delete that app because, like I said, I don't use it. So just scroll down here. Check what apps that you don't want to be using data. Just like turn them off. Just go like this. So, just do that. But like turn them off. See, like SoundCloud. Like I don't. I think I'll just delete the app, to be honest. So just scroll here, turn off and on all the apps you have, and you won't be using that much data. And another way you can save on data, if you go to data usage options, so you can be either on Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one you're on. What you could do is you're going to go to voice and data, and you can see my here is the 5G on. Now it says LTE right here. That's because 5G can't really get in this mall. I'm still in the mall, by the way. I can't get 5G signal in the mall. I don't know why. I just can't really get any signal. So what you can do is you can switch to 5G auto right here. What 5G auto basically does is it basically switches between like what service you want to use. Like let's say you use YouTube, it'll switch to LTE. Well, I did research on 5G auto. Like either you switch up music or if you do something like Netflix, it will stay on 5G. But if you use something like music, if you're just gonna download some small content, it'll automatically go to LTE because 5G there's no use for it. Or you could switch to you could just switch to LTE and just be using on LTE all the time, because people, 5G, they don't like 5G. It drains their battery a lot. I'm at 47% right now, so you can also save on battery life too. I just use 5G because I just like to keep it on. I usually, as soon as I go outside, I'll get a 5G signal. But yeah, just if you wanted to save battery life, just switch that off. And also here, data mode. So you scroll here, so it's gonna allow you to use more data on 5G, but that will put a dramatic drain on your battery life. So what you could do is you can go to standard right here if you switch to standard, and it's gonna still use data, but it's gonna limit your use on video and FaceTime quality. So just keep in mind on that. If you're gonna FaceTime somebody, I suggest you just stay on 5G for more data, or if you don't really care, just stay on standard, or you can just switch to low data mode. But this reduces your data very heavily. It just like reduces your data usage. It's gonna feel like it's 2G, 3G. So I wouldn't recommend this one right here. I would just recommend one of these two. I personally don't mind. I like allowing more data on my 5G network. That's just me, honestly. Let's see. I'm trying to see other ways to figure out how much data you can save. Let's see. Oh yes, this other one here. If you really want to save on data, I suggest you don't keep your personal hotspot turned on. What I've noticed about a lot of people is like they keep their hotspot turned on, and it's just draining away battery. It's just not worth it. So what you can do is you can just turn this off. Also, you have here whenever you're sharing your hotspot, you can just turn on maximum capability. Once you turn that on, it's going to reduce the amount of data of people are using your hotspot. So depending on how much data you have, let's say you only have 10 gigabytes of personal data, you can turn this feature on, and and the person you're letting them use your data, they won't be using as much as you think they are. So if you want someone to use less of your data for hotspot, make sure you keep this off right here. And that's about it. There's nothing more I can really show you guys. So yeah, just make sure you don't use a lot of data, and that's about it, honestly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.